Hello. Today I'm planning to change this machine's pipe heater. I mean water heater, but anyway. I need to plan something because this one is broken, and I think because, well, you can see there is some bits and parts falling off. So I'm planning to change that that heater and maybe even these hoses. So old and squishy. And next thing, I do not have this plug that goes in here. I don't need this one. And I'm too lazy to even think that I'm going to get this plug to try this construction. But one thing is sure, I've been measuring through this electrical points that it won't have any continuity in this coil what is inside, meaning it's broken pretty much. So I don't see any, let's just say, good reason to even try to repair this, because this is older than I am, perhaps. So maybe it's time to put some newer and perhaps better equipment in here. But like you see, this is very open space, and this small tractor is like always in my main machine when I'm going in the woods to collect some logs and so on, because these my bigger machines, well, they are so big that in tight spaces there is a high risk that I will break my mirrors or get stuck between trees, or there can be any problem. But if this thing goes in, well, it's, let's just say, good machine in tight spaces, and still it will make it job. If I even have to carry some stuff or even throw some logs from the very tight spaces. But obviously I will make a road if I have to go somewhere in the woods. So I chop tree there and there that are in my way. So this machine has this starting problems in these low temperatures, because, well, in the past videos I have told you that I'm not driving with the diesel. So if this motor has little bit heat in it, it won't be a problem. But like now, it's a rainy day and it's a little bit, let's just say 5 degrees too low to start this by itself. And this has this glow plug in this air intake, so that one is old as well. If this machine had these, let's just say, these new machines glow plugs that go in the motor, the story would be different. But anyway, this water heater that goes straight into the machine block and circulates that water that is inside. It will heat very fast, maybe half an hour. It's okay to try to start. And like my new, these newer, bigger machines, they have worked so far. And I have this Same water heater in these two machines, and now this third one will have the same. But the install itself, it's not so hideous, because I just have to put two screws to here, and basically that's that. And also the plug one have to be somewhere here. But I have to cover this, and you ask why? Well, because when you drive over some logs or anything, that will bend it when you drive over it, and like this machine, front tire goes some, let's just say, branch, and will broke it to the half, and it does this like a V. And when you are weaving from this point, what it does, that broken branch can smash these heaters very easily. And like this broken door latch has taken some hit in the past. I don't know where, when. Anyway, damage has been already done. And there is this one plate that I can use to make this installment. But I think I have to make some metal cover the under, and well, at least under, so L shape casing, or even U, to cover both sides and front. Behind this, well, there is also risk when you are driving backwards that something is already up, and when I'm driving backwards it can rip this fuel filters off and even goes in the pump itself, which is very bad if that happens. But thankfully you are driving from there, so you can see what happens in here, and other side doesn't have, we can check. This side doesn't have anything so important that, well, okay, this is the charger, so, and this old model has this oil filter casing. Yeah, back to this. Let's see how this tripod can stay in here. Okay. I don't know what kind of hassle I must make. Hopefully I don't have to make any bigger installment. It would be stupid if there is this huge box to only cover one single part. But I don't know. Like I said, I have to plan beforehand and make these new installments to secure. That only thing that worries me is that some branch hit this. Like I said, I can see when I'm driving that if there is some bigger branch or rock, well, not that big because this axle is here, but even a tree stump can do damage. Well, of course, there's an oil pan and all others that must be considered to take care of that nothing hits those, of course. But yeah, before I can do anything seriously, let's see, let's put some hatches up, like so. I probably have to move this battery away, because this upper, well, I don't know, this upper hose is pretty much there, so and the lower one is under this pump, diesel pump. So I might even manage to do even if that battery is in place, because obviously when I'm cutting this or opening, I might even save these. This might be okay, but even still, when I'm changing something, it's good to change perhaps everything that are related to that what you are changing. In this case, these hoses and clamps, hose clamps. And also I can little bit clean this up, because as you know, well, I don't know, can you see it, but when I did change these filters, I made a mess, and when I'm wiping them off, well, I can say it's a little bit greasy and it won't go off so easily like a diesel. Okay, diesel is also greasy, but not this greasy as this is. This is so slimy that, well, let's just say when you made a mess, clean it up straight away, because with a brake cleaner or anything that dissolve grease, not too strong dissolver, but like a soap if you want to use it. Because next time when I'm changing these filters, you know, touching these, it's so greasy. Now, well, it won't kill you, it won't kill the environment or this machine, but when it's getting some dirt to it, you have to clean it anyway. So you can save a little bit time next time you are changing your filters, that you make sure that it's clean from the very start, at least. And also when I'm taking these off, obviously there is a water inside, and it's inside the block, and there is this, well, it's the other side, but there is, well, every machine has this thermostat that will circulate water through the radiator, but that line is pretty much closed right now for obvious reasons. But in this machine block has water in it, and when I'm taking no matter which hose off, there is going to be water leakage, and of course when I'm flipping this off, it will empty that motor block. It won't be much, because radiator has much more space to storage that water, but block doesn't have. There is only these channels that will take this heat. And well, that kind of plan. And now, I don't know, I will take you with me and we shall see, because this project has been in my mind very long a time, and finally I did get these heater parts, and I even did go in a car wreckage place. Unstable ground. And in that wreckage place I did search this one. Well, I can show it you, but that was really cheap, and if you bought that from the shop as you new, that price is almost 80 euros. So I did buy that part like a 5 euros, so you can little bit can get some viewpoint why some parts should be recycled from older machines, or that are broken, because those parts are, well, they were okay. no single scratch, like a new. And already I tested them, the black one and the another, that cable's another side goes to that heater. And I measured that from point A to point B, and there is a continuity, so it's okay. It will work when some handyman takes that heater to the place where it needs to go. So I don't know what kind of blade I should use, because it needs to take hit without bending. It could be a thick blade, but if I'm making thick blade, I have to use some hefty tools to make it, like I said, this U formation, or bend it to like to be. Also I have to drill some holes that I can install it with that heater. I have this steel sheets, but they are so small, or their thickness are very thin. It might be good to have steel in it, and these tiny sheets are probably easier to bend than like a 6mm thick black metal. I have had to have anvil to make any serious covers. And also I have to weld something, and in the past videos I already maybe have moved them in the away from winter, so they are not in this my machine shop anymore. Of course I can get that smallest one in here, that stick welder, if I have to, but let's just see what I can find. It won't be a big one, but I have to probably make one, even if it's not big. Okay, I'll go get that part that I know what I have to do. Let's see. Well, I take this all things. Here's some old stuff to. Perhaps they might be in use, but I don't know. Okay. And before I do anything, if you can see any brands, I'm not advertising anything. These are just the parts that I need to do this installment. So here is the new hose for the installment. This was the part that I was talking about. This thing. This side goes to the this normal plug line. I mean this 230 volts, and this goes to the heater side. So nothing fancy, little bit cleaning, but it's like a new. From the car that has broken back or dismantled, I don't remember anymore. What was it? No single bending damage from these parts as these usually have from the neck. These are okay. I don't know how in the heck somebody takes 80 euros from this. It's stupid. Well, not stupid. The business is only thing that is good in life, or how you can say it. Anyway, when you are selling things, you have a high chance that you are making more money than you are not making money. Anyway, here is some hose clamps. And my table is full of stuff again. Even still I have made the shelves to the floor. I mean the wall. Not the wall, floor. Yeah. Let's see. So much stuff. Oh. So, the heater is like this. Oh, there is installment plate provided with it. Is nice. And some instructions. Well, this thing even says that it can be used as that now are in your car or even the truck. And nice instructions. There's no any. What in the heck? What kind of instructions have this? A4 sized sheet of paper and only. Yeah. If my English is bad, well, somebody is making some things even further. What in the heck? There is some text. It will say install new water hoses with it. So but anyway, you can use this with your car. There is this, like I already have said, if you are using like water pipe heater, if you don't have a circulation between a motor block and with this heater, it won't warm up your machine because that thermostat is closed. So only thing that you are warming up is a small portion of your machine. But if there are, I mean, if you are using things with between your radiator and your motor, because this thing has to have full circulation. It won't do anything good if it's only having go from somewhere to be plucked out because of this one heat measure thing that is called thermostat. Hopefully you understand what I'm meaning. So if you are using these kind of machines in car, it won't be so easy if there is no place that goes around that thermostat. Like in these tractors, they have these two lines. One goes from motor to radiator, and like this, it goes from heater to block, motor block, and back to heater. So it's a full circle, both sides. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, this thing should have some protection from, I don't know, I might, which side? It probably, well, this has these rubber seals that prevents water going in. Both sides, that another end is as well, but I think in this video there is lots of cutting, obvious reasons, because I have to think. Same time I have to try make some advancement of this thing. So it could be, well, that one is very thick, too small. That one is very thick. No. What are these two? Well, it's a thicker steel plate, but no. That another one would be okay, maybe. I don't know. I have these poles that I can. Oh, my knee. There's a stick. These shackles. These things have to go to the shelf. Somebody has built one, so things don't have to be in the ground anymore. That part might be okay even. It's zinc plated black iron. It could cover pretty much whole thing. Oh, there might be a simple solution to this thing. If I can get it out. Okay, what's next? Weights a ton or two. Okay. Come on. Oh my god. Whew. These things. We'll chop this off with a grinder, like a karate chop, and it's I don't know. It's a little bit too big, I think, but I might even say this is what I'm looking for. This is zinc plated black iron, easy to bend, but as you can see, I don't have to bend anything anymore. So that might be a Come on. Go into your place, please. There we go. Whew. Only thing this storage your used metal in the same pile thing buggers me is that when you are needing something, it's always the lowest part of your pile, not the top one. That is stupid. Oh well, what can you do about it? Nothing. So stop whining. Oh my god, this. One day I will make some placement to these, that I don't have to search everything from the ground. No, well, let's see. Let's open this once. Let's see what kind of cover we can do with this. There's a hole behind, but that yeah, if I grind here and here, or basically removing this one part of this, so this could go even that, as you can see, it will cover almost whole thing. What do you know? So this thing helped a lot. Obviously, when I'm grinding something, I might have to paint it so that it won't get rusted, because this is not steel. And as we know, that steel can even get rusted, but that rust won't spread. And when I'm grinding this zinc plate, that zinc will burn away, so that coating is pretty much open to this water and mud and what else. So I have some paint. I will paint this fully, obvious reason, so it won't get rust or get rusted so easily. And when I'm seeing some rust, I can make repairs that it won't spread if there is some corrosion. Yeah, this should do. And also there is both sides has these holes that maybe I don't have I don't have to do new holes. I don't know. That could work. Yeah. And what else? What else? Chop that off and that off. I can make that to go place. Well, the holes won't. Holes won't in my. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, these holes won't. They are not. Only one goes in place, and that another one is not. Let's see. Well, that won't be a problem. I have a screw machines that will drill a hole. I can install this to the tractor. That one. And when this is in place, this will cover all sides but one. It won't have to be a closed one, so and the water hoses are in place with and water them, so I have these containers that I can use to take it what will come out. It won't be a much. I could even to change whole thing. I mean this radiator water with this whole thing. But if the water is okay, what comes out of that hoses, that means that same thing is in radiator. I don't have to do anything about it. But if the color is something else than green that I'm been using in these machines, well, it's obvious that of course I have to take that radiator out, that water from the radiator out. Yeah, this thing would be somewhat simple. Well, that kind of planning. First things first, we will take a grinder and some proper eye and air protection, and I will leave you somewhat in here that you can hear my working and see what the heck I'm doing. Somebody has mentioned somewhat of unwill. Yeah. Well, let's see. Like this. Yep. Okay. Well, I don't know with grinding how much these sounds are going through with this mic, so hopefully airs won't pop up. Or I can even keep this mic a little bit further away from the grinding itself. Let's see. Here's the grinder. There's my extension cord in somewhat here, on top of all the mess, like so. And now I will take Bob the Builder's helmet with every single attachment, like this one. Doesn't have to use anything else, even this helmet being this stupid, but when you are using whole face mask and everything, like, well, this even protects you from flying stuff to your head. I don't know, can I even keep my hat on? It seems so. So, I'm changing this mic to somewhere else. Doesn't have to be dunning these kind of. Let's see if this is the place. Maybe. Okay, won't affect anything. So, I don't know how you can hear me. Maybe too loud, I don't know. If so, I'm sorry. This is temporary thing. I can't see anything. That is so damp. This air is so damp this morning, so well, one thing is good, it's not cold. Okay. Hopefully my winter coat won't take any damage from this. So let's see. what we can do. Hopefully camera did not take any battle damage. Well, I have these lens protection glasses from China, so they are probably enough. Let's take some bigger tools. Yeah, these lens protections are essential for these kind of jobs when stuff is flying. Did I take even enough from this? Maybe not. Nope. Had to grind some more. Well, I can do that. Okay, let's see now. There is some limit that I can go with that 150 diameter grinder wheel, so this would be done easily if I have even bigger one, but I need to have some to pry with. Let's take a where is it? This one. Old-fashioned screwdriver. Can pry this away because my fingers are not enough. The middle part maybe is in the way. I don't know, we shall see. Maybe no, not enough. Yep. 2 to go. So 1 to go. That one is almost broken loose. Yeah, and now this middle part, it's perhaps I have to just well, this hole is okay to be here. It can fit even that pipe to go through, and if I'm making that big hole here, the whole thing is pretty much covered, because this is not it won't bend easily because of this this form that this thing has. And well, of course, when I'm cutting one side open, it will affect it. But when they are up, well, if I'm not going all the way here, there's still this, at least from some part of this blade has integrity to it, but this rest part, of course, it will move a little bit. That won't be a problem. Yeah, this might be. I just think how I could preserve this welding behind here. There's no anything that goes. This is so thick that I can't cut, and well, nothing fits here that can cut this metal. And if I'm trying to hammer it down, it is in here. I don't know how good you can see it, or how well you are seeing it, but this has this star shape, and it's been welded from the top, and well, not in here, no, only the top side is welded. And like I said, I would want to preserve this, that I don't have to weld it again. Well, there is a way, I don't know. I will take big pliers and let's see what we can do with them. Those are way big, that I don't know. If I have to use them, then I will use, but before. I'm going to do anything harsh. Well, one thing at a time. This is now any rush job. I have all day to do this, but I don't know. Hopefully this will comes off without any problems, but no any guarantees. As you can see, I can bend this easily, but when some branch hit this, it's not enough to change this this covers. Let's just say this formation that it is in now. Well, of course, when there is enough big branch, well, something will broke anyway. But in this, not like my forest roads, there is no so big branches. I already made sure that those things won't exist. I think this tool will work like it should. You probably think, why in the hell you are excuse me, you are using so much time and effort to make something covered. Well, it's me. I'm trying to make things that I'm maintaining, or in this case building something new from old. I'll try to think, what if something goes bad because you have done nothing to prevent things go bad. So in this case, if I'm casing this heater up, I probably making a service to the machine guard that I'm covering up something that is sensitive to damage, and because of that has no anything moving parts in it, in sense of being so. These things last very long because they are built to last simply. These things comes off when wiggly them. Doesn't have use anything specific. A specific tool to broke this off. And still, these are from my head and the minimal preparation and planning. So these things won't be pretty, as you can tell, but they will suffice and they will work. Like I said, I would have done this with the steel. Doesn't have a half of what black normal iron has to be a thickness to have like a same effect. If you have 6mm black iron, you don't have to have steel thicker than 3mm, and you have basically same properties. Basically, depends on what you are doing, but like in this case, well, this might be, I did not measure this, but I already know this is enough. If something breaks this, something else going as well, so this doesn't have to be like a 1 centimeter thick. But if this wear a steel. Well, thing is, steel is a steel, and that is hard stuff to break. But when something will give up, when something is hitting, like in this case this protection cap, if you call it that way, it will take that force to it and maybe perhaps broke. But what's inside is protected, and there is a chance that it won't take any damage because of this. Dang it. My English, I'm very sorry. I've been trying to improve little bit of time. Yeah, I think this will suffice very well in this case. Old tractor will have a new heater, and December is nearing. We are almost late fall, so it's raining and it is pretty much every day almost. But when this temperature is plummeting down and there is no snow, there is still time to use these machines. But when you do not have any means basically to start your machines without any stupid tricks, you can use them. Like in this case, this small tractor is only one that, well, pretty soon it will have this heater. But like in the last year and beyond, every single time when temperature will plummet below 15 degrees Celsius, it became a pain in the ass. And like I already have said, these big machines, they have these heaters and I can use them. But let's drive in that woods with a big machine. What can you do in there? Basically nothing. Go there and come back with same line, nothing else. And these small machines, well, I don't like to punish them every time when I'm using something starting fluid or gas within that air intake. It is just, I don't like it. They will start when they have enough heat. Well, very soon there is a heater that will work. So old machine will start very easily without any harsh methods to use. So machine God will thank me. Yeah. And this thing will comes off with little bit somewhat wiggly waggly. And obviously I have to make this rough cuts little bit cleaner, that they won't scrape any pipes or my hand or anything else. So we are filing this with hand. I'm not want to use machines today much. Well, of course, drilling machine is next machine to use, but in this filing thing, I don't know. This hand filing is okay. Who is calling me? Yeah. Let's take a thumbnail picture. How idiot make covers to the small applications. Well, I'm not idiot. I'm just simply person that tries to make simple things without any, I don't know. I don't like to buy new one and be done with it because it takes away that planning and doing by it yourself all the way. I don't know. Somebody might like that, but I think this doing these things by hand, it's when I'm doing something myself, well, it's obvious it's my handprint I'm leaving there. Somebody may say, idiot, get a job. What can you do when you are forced vacation? Of course, if I'm someday, you guys help me so much that I can leave my salary work, I will start making this much more frequently than now I am doing. Of course, I'm doing them. Let's just say I'm doing these videos this week frequently as they are now, because I'm not working in salary work, so you can see what I'm doing in my day-to-day life. Some things that I'm meaning, there is some things that I'm not doing myself, obvious reasons, because I don't have the skill, machine, what else to do so, knowledge. Some things are so complicated that even I don't know how to do it. I am not rocket scientist. So that's why we have these, the people call it professionals, to do such a things. Things comes falling down. Okay, now we are using some big file. Where? This round one. Maybe this straight one. And it's straining a little bit more. Well, not doing bad to my case. Taking this trash off right now before they are in a way, like so. Okay, turn this over that it won't collect water. Yeah. Let's see. I might use this, but I'm taking it off. You can cover my grinder. Yeah, one day, I hope, there is a chance that I don't have to do anything but videos. The only thing that I can do is what you can do is watch my videos, and I don't know how good or how can I say it, how quality content maker I am, but maybe one day I will have these skills to make some kind of fancier looking and sounding videos, because I have not making so visually good videos, because they will take some time to make, and obviously these are not something you call music video. If you are watching these videos, if there's something that I want to show, there is no perhaps any music, and if there is a music, there is a thing that well, in some videos that you have probably seen, that drone will fly over your machine and follow you. That kind of videos would have music in my cases. But like example now, I will speak rather than make my doings fast forward and so on. But like I have mentioned, that if this video making is my let's just say profession, the quality will get better, because I already know that people want to see something else than just some guy that have started to make some videos from something, well, maybe nonsense to some, but I'll try to avoid those things. I will record everything that I'm doing, but it won't maybe go live, or maybe it will, depends how badly I perform or anything that goes bad. And these videos might be long, I don't know. You cannot fast forward these things that you are seeing. Of course, in video you can just click and you are start to end like 1 second. But you are missing the whole point, what is going on in these building sessions. And like I have already said, that my video editing skills are not so good that I can make any these well, highlight points to show you now something happened and X minutes later something else happens and so on. But one day, when I have done editing enough, I might have some editing skills that are enough. I have to have that bigger file to that last thing, if I even have any bigger one. Let's see. Well, I do not. Well, nothing surprise. Well, what can I do? I tell you, I will use that grinder and be done with it. Yeah. Only one piece is that making trouble. yeah. Okay. That did solve a hell of a lot of hand grinding. Those who has welded this thing in a factory or somewhere, these welds are really bad, even my standards. Well, of course I know welding zinc plated iron, it's a pain, absolutely. These inner things are a little bit a bad thing to have. Oh dang, this is, well, no, it's not a way, but I have nothing to cut it. Well, I suppose if I just make these corners not so sharp, it will suffice. And if not, then, well, there is a means to make this thing go away. Okay. Somewhat. Now we can try that. Let's go back inside from this water falling. No, maybe here somewhat. Okay. Also I had to make that one cut before this is okay. But in height and wide it's okay, and in depth this can come outside this whole pipe. And when I'm rotating this like this way, well, I don't know which way. Well, depends on how can I fit that in my tractor. Anyway, water comes in and comes out. So maybe like this. No. It would be nice if this thing would be like this, if drying wing is that way. But the piping has to go through that hole to the machine block, meaning I have to take this further away, but I have these things that I can attach to this for the farther away, won't be a problem. And when it's watering or snowing, anyway, anything, this should be like this way, preventing water going these pins to make short circuit. Of course there's a seals, like I have already said, but even still, if some seal is failing, there is still this thing called gravitational forces that will pull water down, not up. I have to go to test drive a little bit. I'm coming back soon. Because this thing would go in here. And no, heated water will goes up always better than down way. So if I'm putting it like this, power is up. Maybe sideways. No. Also same thing. Well, there's only one single way that I can put this. And it's like this. I will show you. Because that old one has same setup like this has. Meaning it's like this way in this tractor. I'm standing like I'm installing it. Heated water will go up and circulated cold water comes from down. So this has to be this way. It would be nice to secure this electric point from water, but I might use some like a rubber gasket, something, even plastic, to cover this. But this I already had tested. It will go so tight to this this socket that when I'm trying to take it off, I thought maybe it will break, but finally it gave away because these rubber seals are okay. And before I putting them together, I will use this lubrication like a silicone or what is it called even. But the thing is, it will make a good seal after that, even if the power comes here and plug covers this basically. But it is what it is. Because in electrical job, in damp or even really damp conditions, you have to always, you do not have any choice. Power cords and these cables must come always from under to any electrical point, your sockets or these switches. Why? Well, because like I already have said, water comes from up to down, but it won't come from down to up. And I'm not speaking this one physical, you know, this when you put water in a container and put this tissue in it, it won't. It will suck that water in that tissue and it will come up. Okay, yeah. Everybody knows that. But we are speaking now in the plastics, metals, everything that is not like a tissue. Like in these cases, when you put something upside down, water will not try to come down, up, from the down and go up. Like in rainwater, only thing that might make a problem in one day is when it get icy and start melt. And that melting ice prevents water to go anywhere else. But when it starts to rise that level, in some cases I have been seeing that this one, it was something like a grinder well disposal. It will collect some stuff in it, and when it's reaching level X, it will start that machine and it will grind whatever is in it. Yeah, but that well was okay, but when every single, let's just say, well, in a spring, when ice and snow start melting, ground won't drink it because it's frozen. So the top layer starts melting, but the down layer has still this frozen ground. What else? Water start collecting and start rising. And in this well, there was this electrical box. Well, there were a short circuit, and I already said that, oh my god, I had to repair it. And it started working. But I had to tell them that in that well, there is this well protection rock or concrete construction. Anyway, you know that. That big ring that has been built using concrete. It collected all the water, but like I said, water won't go down because water can't go in a frozen ground. So that they had to drill a hole below that electrical box and make sure that that hole is covered so that no water or ice or anything can go there. So water will rise. If it's going to rise, it can go through that hole and no problem whatsoever. So, like I already thought, in this thing there is a risk, but I'm not using that when it's winter. It's obvious because I'm already dying when it's freezing. So I'll use these big machines. They are heated. The cabins are heated, so they will keep me alive. But this open little tractor, it won't keep me alive. But in this fall, late fall, just before any snowing, I can use that. There's lots of chores to make, and I like to make them with that smaller tractor. Obvious reasons. So, this thing will help me million times in my journey. Yeah. Next phase. Oh, excuse me. Burping. I will cut that hole. I must take a measurement. And right side, I like to keep these holes, that they are helping me, that I don't have to drill again new holes. So this way it goes. And where is my okay, now it's fix it in the place. There's my pen. And like already I have been, well, it won't matter which way I'm measuring it. It still goes in one way in. And it won't have to be a wide, because only these electrical parts and this pipe will go here. Let's put some things away. They are in the way. Always in the way. Everything's in the way. So, first things first. This is a hassle every time. We are measuring the middle point. Of course, we want to be in the middle. Always. Rough estimate is 10.5. 10.5. So 5.225, a little bit top of that, like 5.3. 53. Yeah. 53. Let's put that in here. 5.3 somewhat. I'm not shooting with this, so it's not so important to be precise right now. With this tool, here is a little roller, and already you can see what I can do with this. With this thing you can roll same time and do a marking in the surface. Yeah. Now that I have marked the middle section, I don't know, I can see you, see you. Nice English. I don't know how good it will look, but here is that middle drawing. It will make any, or at least what I have been using it will make this line even the glass. It's so hard, but even still, this spike is hardened or whatever it has been gone through. It will make some lines to the window or this same hard surfaces. Even steel and even duplex. I don't know, do you even know what is duplex? But basically it is same as a steel, but it has anti-corrosion properties, which is extremely good, and it is somewhat harder even